The following is a recovered broadcast from the West Java Emergency Management Agency, dated October 14, 1994. The footage you are about to see was intercepted by a local hobbyist during a severe electrical storm. Please be advised that the content of this alert deviates significantly from standard meteorological protocols. It starts abruptly, catching a moment of panic already in progress. Listen closely to the static, because somewhere beneath the white noise, a voice is trying to find its way into your home. The air is heavy, the signals are crossing, and the entities we once called myths are proving themselves to be very, very real. Stay calm, keep your volume low, and whatever you do, do not acknowledge the sounds coming from outside your door.
We begin in media res. The screen flickers with a jagged blue background, the classic EAS font scrolling across the screen with a mechanical, rhythmic chirp. The alert states, "Civil danger warning, biological entity observed." It isn't a storm. It isn't a flood. The instructions are specific. Remain indoors, extinguish all kerosene lamps, lock all windows. The broadcast warns of a large humanoid presence, locally identified as the Genderuwo. It is described as standing over 7 feet tall, covered in thick, matted black fur, with eyes that burn like dying embers. It doesn't hunt with claws alone. It hunts with your memories. It is already in the village. It might already be in your yard, standing perfectly still amongst the banana trees, waiting for you to notice the smell of burnt cassava.
The screen glitches, showing a map of the local region with several hot zones blinking in red. The narrator's voice on the TV sounds strangely calm, almost too friendly. "Hello, neighbors," the voice says through the crackle. "If you are hearing this, the mimicry has begun. The entity known as Genderuwo is a master of domestic deception. It does not just hide in the shadows, it hides in the sound of your husband's cough or your child's laughter from the hallway. If you hear a family member calling for help from another room, but you can see them sitting right next to you, do not answer. Do not investigate. The creature is testing the resonance of your walls. It wants you to open the door. It wants to be invited into the space where the light doesn't reach."
Now, the broadcast provides a list of physical tells. The text on screen is replaced by a crude, hand-drawn illustration of a towering beast. The Genderuwo emits a specific olfactory signature. The alert continues. If you smell the scent of roasting sweet potatoes or burnt cassava in the middle of the night, it means the entity is within 10 meters of your location. Close your eyes immediately. The creature is known to manifest in the upper corners of rooms, clinging to the rafters like a massive, bloated spider. If you feel a drop of moisture hit your shoulder, do not look up. It is not a leak in your roof. It is the creature's saliva. It is waiting for eye contact. Eye contact is a form of permission. If you do not look, it cannot fully tether itself to your physical reality.
"I'm sorry," the TV repeats over and over. "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." The emergency text changes to, "Disregard previous audio. Do not trust the broadcaster." This is the point where the horror truly settles in. The medium itself is being corrupted. The Genderuwo isn't just outside, it's inside the signal. It's mimicking the very system meant to keep you safe. The friendly, conversational tone of the voiceover starts to slip, revealing a predatory hunger. "We are just like you," the voice whispers. "We have voices too. We remember how it feels to speak. Won't you come to the window? The moon is so bright tonight. You can see us clearly if you just pull back the curtain." The visuals shift to a sequence of still photos, likely taken by residents before they disappeared. A dark porch, a blurred shape in the tall grass, a pair of eyes reflecting the camera flash from the top of a wardrobe. The narration returns to its survival protocol, but the instructions are getting weirder.
If the creature begins to mimic your own voice, this is the final stage of the hunt. It has successfully mapped your vocal cords by listening to your breathing. If you hear yourself talking to you from under the floorboards, you must remain silent for exactly 3 hours. Do not pray aloud. The Genderuwo feeds on the vibrations of prayer. It finds the hope in your voice delicious. Instead, think of nothing. Become a stone. Become a shadow. If it cannot hear your heart racing, it may lose interest and move to the neighbor's house.
They told us the salt would work. They told us the iron would keep them out. But they are getting smarter. They don't just take your body, they take your place. Have you noticed your father acting different? Has he been staring at the wall for hours without blinking? Has he forgotten how to eat with a spoon? The Genderuwo can wear a skin for days before the fur starts to sprout through the pores. Check the nape of their neck. If you see coarse black hair where there should be skin, it is already too late. Do not scream. Screaming only alerts the others in the trees. There are always more than one. They hunt in families, just like us. The forest is hungry. The forest is loud. Don't be afraid of the dark. The dark is where we are most honest. You spend so much time pretending you aren't animals. We don't pretend. We know what we are. We are the echo in the well. We are the creak in the stairs. We are the reason you never look under the bed. The government cannot save you. The radio cannot save you. Only the silence can save you. But you can't be silent forever, can you? Eventually you have to breathe. Eventually you have to call out for help. The broadcast begins to break down completely. The colors invert, turning the forest into a ghostly white landscape. The emergency tone becomes a continuous, piercing shriek. Instructions for termination. If infested, burn the dwelling. Do not attempt to retrieve personal belongings. The Genderuwo attaches to sentiment. It likes your toys. It likes your photographs. It likes the things you love because you have infused them with your scent. The screen shows a house on fire, but the flames are moving in reverse. If you see the smoke rising, run toward the river. They cannot cross running water. Or maybe that's just a lie we tell you to keep you moving, to keep the hunt interesting. After all, a stationary prey is never as satisfying as one that thinks it has a chance to escape.
We are reaching the end of the tape. The static is returning, thick and suffocating. The narrator's voice is now just a low hum, vibrating the very floorboards of the recording studio. The sun will not rise at the scheduled time tomorrow, the text reads. The eclipse has been extended indefinitely by the presence of the Great Hairy One. If you look at the sun and it appears to have a face, look away. That is not the sun, that is an eye. We are watching from the canopy. We are watching from the crawl space. We are watching from the reflection in your darkened TV screen. Look at yourself. Are you sure that's your reflection? Or is it just us? Standing behind you, matching your movements so perfectly that you can't tell the difference. Go ahead. Turn around.
The signal cuts to a final, steady image. A warning sign posted on a tree, written in a language that looks like a mix of Javanese script and claw marks. The voice is gone, replaced by the sound of a forest at night, crickets, rustling leaves, and then a perfect mimicry of a woman's voice saying, "Honey, is that you?" followed by a deep, inhuman chuckle. The screen fades to a dull gray. This broadcast was never meant to be found. It was a lure. If you've watched this far, you've listened to the frequency. You've tuned your ears to their wavelength. You are now part of the signal. The Genderuwo doesn't need to find you anymore. You've already invited it in by listening. The broadcast is over, but the hunt has only just begun.
Thank you for surviving this archive retrieval. The mimics are everywhere, but knowledge is your only defense, though even that might be a trick. If you want to see more unearthed tapes from the mimic incident and other localized horrors, stay tuned to this channel. Keep your doors locked and your voices low. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Every interaction helps us keep the signal alive, or at least it keeps the darkness at bay for one more night. Tell us in the comments, have you ever heard a voice in your house that didn't belong to anyone? Be careful what you answer. They might be reading your replies. Until next time, stay safe, and remember, never look up.